of the season. The sky.
The golden sound of Radio Morania. Keep listening to your shortwave station. On the 6,000 Trail, a program dedicated to the 6,000-pound spaghetti harvest. This year, for the first time in Morania's history, a predicted 6,000-pound spaghetti harvest. For details, we switch you to the spaghetti capital of Morania, Spaghetti City. Well, greetings, everybody around the world. This is Spaghetti City, capital of Morania, where the spaghetti harvest is now in full progress. This year here in Morania, we are expecting a 6,000-pound spaghetti harvest. Now, here in the studio with me, by the way, this is Pierre Rodriguez. With me here in the studio is Kettle Ferguson, one of the spaghetti field workers here, who has been harvesting spaghetti. And we're going to talk with him about the spaghetti harvest this year here in Morania. Good afternoon, Kettle.
Good afternoon, Pierre. It's nice to be here out of the spaghetti field for just a little while to talk to you and all of the listeners to Radio Morania.
Yes. Kettle has been working very hard and diligently in the spaghetti fields this year, harvesting our number one crop. Tell me, Kettle, how many tons of spaghetti did Radio Morania's people see brought in last year from the harvest?
Last year there was no harvest. Last year there was no spaghetti harvest because the spaghetti seeds, did not come in from Italy. So we could not plant the spaghetti seeds and then we could not grow the spaghettis.
I see. Is this why this year everybody is going so gung-ho over spaghetti seeds?
Yes, that's right. The spaghetti seeds finally did come this year. And here in Morania, of course, as you know, in Spaghetti City, spaghetti is our most important product. And here in Spaghetti City is where we are growing all the spaghetti. Well, of course, if you grow it, you just can't leave it sit there. So everybody has been gathered together here. In fact, we even have spaghetti workers in the Spaghetti Ramos Brigade. We got together the Spaghetti Ramos Brigade of many dedicated spaghetti harvesters from all over the world. Even from Cuba, they have come to help harvest our spaghetti so that we can have the 6,000-ton spaghetti harvest this year here in Morania.
We'll be talking more about spaghetti and our spaghetti harvest of this year. First, though, before we have some more talk about spaghetti, here's some music for you. Music for you here on Radio Morania. You're listening to Radio Morania. This is Pierre Rodriguez in Spaghetti City, and we're talking about the spaghetti harvest here with Kettle Ferguson, who is one of the spaghetti field workers. Well, Kettle, As our listeners probably know, they can get their pin, their spaghetti pin, which is made from a real Moranian spaghetti, and it spells out Radio Morania. For our friends who would like to get their spaghetti pin, send your reception reports to Radio Morania. What about the Moranian spaghetti?
Well, it's the purest, whitest spaghetti of all. Moranian spaghetti is the most delicious. This is why we take very much care in growing Moranian spaghetti to keep up this good name. Moranian spaghetti fields are found here mostly in the southern part of the country, here in Spaghetti City and the suburbs of Spaghetti City. In fact, here in Spaghetti City, people even who live in the urban areas where there are no fields grow spaghettis right in their own homes. You can grow it. Spaghetti seeds take well to grow in flower pots and other things. In fact, you can plant them in your backyard.
Can people in other countries grow spaghetti too?
No, it isn't quite that easy. You see, you need the climate here in Morania. As you know, the sun shines 26 hours a day here, and this is what you need to grow good spaghetti. This is why Morania has become the world's most exporter of spaghetti.
Well, thank you very much, Kettle Ferguson. We've been speaking with Kettle Ferguson and talking about the 6,000-pound spaghetti harvest here in Morania. We hope that you'll tune in again on the 6,000 Trail again tomorrow.
This has been the 6,000 Trail, a program dedicated to the 6,000-pound spaghetti harvest here in Morania. Send your comments and criticisms to Radio Morania, RME, Radio Morania's External Service.
Any time is the proper time when you're listening to the golden sound.
This is the golden sound of Radio Morania. This is Morania calling. 012 hours, Moranian time. These additional frequencies are now available. 6.02973, 92.919, and 73.32. In 15 minutes' time, we'll be closing our transmissions on the 37-meter band. This is Radio Morania, RME, the voice of the free Moranian Empire. Stay tuned next to Moranian Mailbag. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everyone. Welcome once again to Moranian Mailbag. This is Al Hunter speaking, and we're going to read some letters from you, our listeners. We're going to find out who you are, where you live, and what you like to eat. We hope that you'll write us. Our address is Moranian Mailbag in care of... Letters from the United States, from Canada, Australia, and Africa on Moranian Mailbag from Radio Morania. And a pleasant good day. Our first letter comes from Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, from Mr. C.M. Stanberry II. And CM writes, had the pleasure of hearing your program on 39.257, Saturday, August 32nd, and your signals were very clear. Your program was most enjoyable, especially the part about the ice cube factory. It is nice to know, Mr. Stanbury writes, that when I buy ice cubes from the machine on the corner, I'm helping your country. Your people seem very happy and free. I wish it was like that up here. Well, thank you very much, CM. He also sent us a very complete reception report containing all the necessary details, and CM Stanbury II will receive our QSL card by return mail. If you would like to receive a QSL card from Radio Morania, simply send your reception report with the time in GMT minus 53 seconds. And because that's our standard time here in Morania, 53 seconds behind GMT, so be sure and put that in local Moranian time. And also the frequency in cycles or hertz. And you must be within 3 or 4 cycles, of course, in order to receive our QSL card. Also send along a few details of the program, such as 15 or 20 minutes written out word for word so we can be sure that you return to our station. And also send us a detailed drawing of your DEC check, the information about your receiver, including a schematic diagram so we can be sure that your receiver meets our standards, the length of your antenna in inches or centimeters preferably, and address this all to Radio Morania, RME, Welcome some more letters and cards here on Radio Morania. This one comes from Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's from Sonia Hearingford, who writes in part, I enjoy your music very much. The music is about the best part on your broadcast, as it is the latest and current up-to-date pop sound. Too many shortwave stations these days are playing music that us kids don't like. It's nice to know that you in Morania do believe in good music for us kids. We hope that when us kids take over, you will move your radio station into the United States. Well, thank you very much, Sonia. Let us know when you take over. Sonia did not tell us what she likes to eat, however, so she is not going to receive her QSL card, and her reception report does not count. Include what you like to eat with your reception report, such as the things you eat while you're listening. And, of course, if you like to eat Moranian spaghetti the best, you will get your QSL card by airmail. We'll be back with more cards and letters. First, though, here's some music. On Radio Morania, provided by the Rotary Connection. This is Radio Morania's Moranian Mailbag program. This is Earl Hunter with you here in Morania, reading letters from you, our listeners. And let's open up our Moranian Mailbag. We have a letter from Australia. This letter comes from Woodingham Thornlinger, who writes in part, I listened to your broadcast last week and really enjoyed it. I decided I would write to you tonight because I noticed your frequency had changed. This normally, I suppose, is expected. However, it changed in the middle of the program by about 50 or 60 kc. Why is this? Well, it's very simple, Mr. Thornlinger. You see, here in Morania, this is a free country, and people here, of course, are very free. Now, before we tell you why we change frequency like that, let me first explain our concept of freedom. Most other countries that call themselves free are, in reality, nothing more than totalitarian states. Witness, for example, the United States. They call themselves free, but they pay taxes and other things like that. Well, of course, there are no taxes here in Morania. The people live perfectly free. We should point out that no profession is allowed. This is why there is no profession broadcasting. Radio Morania is classified as an amateur station here, as no professions are allowed. That is to say, there are no doctors or lawyers. Anyone can be a doctor, anyone can be a lawyer, but of course he is not allowed to claim himself to be a professional doctor or a professional lawyer, as no one in Morania may attain a status greater than anyone else. This is part of the Moranian free concept. Now then, here in Morania, we have no respect for such people such as the ITU, the International Telecommunications Union. Or these people set aside certain frequencies. They say these frequencies are for this, these frequencies are for that. Well, of course, here in Morania, we don't pay any attention to such forward-roll and forward-dash, as we believe all frequencies are free for whatever the people want to use them for. And we at Morania, therefore, you may find our broadcasts in various places on the radio dial that normally you would not find shortwave broadcasting. As a matter of fact, currently Radio Morania is also broadcasting on laser beams. So if you see a red dot in the sky, focus it with a lens onto a photocell, plug it into an amplifier, and you will hear our programs on the Radio Morania laser beam transmission. This broadcast is beamed to Africa. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Fondlinger. Your reception report is very complete. You will receive our QSL card by return mail. And thank you very much, Mr. Fondlinger. This is Radio Morania's Moranian Mailbag program, and we don't have too much time left. We'd like to thank the many people who wrote commenting on our music. It is most encouraging to know that people like the music we play here on Morania. As you know, most shortwave stations are playing classical or other types of music. Very few play popular music, and so we thought we would here at Morania. However, we play what is called unheard of popular music. That is to say, music that would be popular, and as soon as it does get popular, we don't play it anymore, because we believe in freedom, as you know. This is a very interesting letter, which comes to us from New England, in America. From Boston, it's from Mr. Jerry Williams, who says, when can I get a job at your radio station? Well, Mr. Williams, the answer to that question is no one works here. The announcers at Radio Morania do not get paid, as we believe in freedom. We believe in freedom of the radio station not to pay them. We work here because we don't have anything else to do. However, should you like to come to Radio Morania's audition studio, simply jump on the next Moranian boat which is leaving. You do not need a passport, of course. As we do believe in freedom, anyone can come here if you want. If anyone listening would like to join the Moranian on Radio Morania for today. Thank you so very much for listening to the Moranian Mailbag. This is Radio Morania, RME, the Free Moranian Empire. At this time, our broadcast is now closing. Join us again tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, whichever time we feel like broadcasting at the same time. Radio Morania is operated by the Moranian Free Empire Radio, a non-professional organization. This broadcast has been coming your way on a variety of frequencies throughout the shortwave, broadcast, and laser beam bands. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Free Republic of Morania. Hello? Morania calling. This is Morania calling. The voice of free people throughout the universe. Radio Morania, broadcasting on a variety of frequencies throughout the shortwave band. Radio Morania is a free station, unhampered and uncontrolled. Radio Morania, the voice of the free Moranian Empire. For further information, reception reports, or correspondence, address your letters to Post Office Box. Radio Morania, free radio for the entire world. Morania calling. And now we begin our broadcasting day. We hope you'll stay listening. And now it's time for Moranian Ham Shack.
Get out that old hardwood, that old DEC. The one you used to work so long ago. Fuzzy, the DL's always were fuzzy, and all that QRM from WBOG. You used to think you over and over, just to listen to your run click, to get it workable, get it jerkable, just like you jerk some other rig.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everyone. This is Earl Hunter, and it's time once again for Moranian Ham Shack, a program about ham radio around the world, the DX look, and hamming in Morania. A pleasant good afternoon, and hello everyone out there in DX land. Well, today's topic for discussion is 9N1RA. Yes, that beautiful Bohemian Beauty 9N1RA. I'm sure you saw her picture in one of the recent amateur radio magazines. She certainly is a beauty. Next month, by the way, QSC is going to have a center fold-out on 9N1RA. We hope that you'll all be looking for it. As you know, she had 2 pages devoted to her in the last issue. We hope that you'll be looking for that magazine when it hits the stands. I'm sure it will be all sold out. Let's turn to the domestic scene in hamming here in Morania. The new Moranian prefix has just been issued, and everyone working this prefix will qualify for the Moranian Prefix Working Award. As you know, Morania prefixes change from time to time. This year's prefix is 23SIRQ1. 23SIRQ1. And anyone who works any 23SIRQ1s will receive the Moranian Award. Stations to look for are 23SIRQ1ABX and 23SI1QRBQY. These 2 stations are found frequently operating on the edge of the 20-meter CW band at about 13.95. They will, however, listen for your calls at 13.96. Well, let's see. We have some other ham radio news here at Radio Morania. We have a few correspondents from amateur listeners around the world. And let's see, we're going to, in just a moment, take a look at some of the letters from the hams out there. First, though, here's a bit of ham radio music for you.
that was VIP, playing for us musically by the Rotary Connection. You're listening to Morania's program of Ham Radio, Moranian Ham Shack. And this is Earl Hunter speaking with you here in Morania. We'd like to thank all the hams who sent QSL cards, and those of you who have worked the Moranian stations here, especially 23XYRQ3957R. And those of you who listen for the CW station. And now it's time for CW by Radio, a special program to teach novices how to send better. Now with CW by Radio, here is John P. Dingle.
This is John P. Dingle here at the Radio Morania studio, and we're teaching today CW by Radio. Let us take a Russian, but nobody's teaching CW by radio. That is to say, very detailed. Now, there are some stations which have pro practice, but nobody really teaches CW the way we believe it should be sent. Now, for those of you who would like to develop a real good quality Lake Erie swing, don't use such inferior things such as keyers. Keyers spoil your fifth because they leave no individuality to your fifth sending. The keyer takes and wrecks everything, takes all the personality right out of your sending. The trick to good CW is to make the other band really close to your sending. This is best accomplished by sending CW in a way that is to your liking. Make sure that your bottom dashes are on different lengths every time. Now, here is today's CW exercise. Best bent wire. That's B-E-N-S space. B-E-N-T space. B-E-S-T space. W-I-R-E. Bend, best bent wire. Now, everybody get to your key. Put your transmitter on spot. Or if you don't have a spot, just key it right over the air. Put it on top of some QSO. And send our lesson best bent wire. All together. And that's our CW by Radio lesson for today. And tomorrow's CW by Radio, we're going to tell you how all the letters together for more fun.
CW by Radio, a feature of Radio Morania. This is Radio Morania.